Good morning, cyber traders, and happy Friday, everyone. Good to see you all, and hopefully everyone's excited for the weekend. We are basically big weekend coming up. The 26th is Memorial Day, so this has been a big month. We had basically it's almost pretty much almost a 4.5 week month. So we're getting a lot of action going on regarding about the market too. My God, who was here in the afternoon? On Thursday afternoon. Who stuck around? I saw Lita. I saw you here. I saw a couple of people in here. My God, this Zkin was incredible. I know Josh called it out in the afternoon meeting. Lori and you, we here? Okay. Let me just blow this up really quick for some of you. Charles, good to see you. Good morning to you too on YouTube. But this is what we do in the after hours trading. This has to be one of I haven't seen a stock like this trading the after hours in a long time. And you know what's crazy? It was so easy to trade it. So you could see here right around, Josh had it in the afternoon meeting, and at 2:30, you could see right here, it was already at $1.50, and it made a nice move. It went to like $1.80. And then all of a sudden, right here, and you all know this if you're watching on YouTube, let me post this. This is our cyber clock, the cyber mouse. I know a lot of you students have it. You could purchase these on our website, which is the program trading kicks in around 3:30, and right there you could see it. Let me zoom in, maybe a little bit bigger for you guys so you could see a little bit better. There we go. How about that? Does that look better? Okay. So you could see it right there, right around that 3:30. We had that big move right there. It went from 180 to like 220, and then it just didn't stop. It just did not stop. And where's 4 o'clock? Right here, right? So there it was. It ran all the way to 260. And then right in the after hours, it ran from 240, ran to $3. And then I'm sitting there watching. I know Josh was on his by the pool and had his laptop with him. 280 ran to 440, up to 560. Thing did not want to stop. And it was just going up so nicely. That was, hands down, a great, great afternoon runner. And we usually don't find them like that much, but you stuck around. Listen, this is why, we do swing trading. We do trade after hours, depending on how the stock closes. This thing was just basically, how could you say it, but like an anomaly. Okay. But it was great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. We did great. And am I going to put this on the watch list? Maybe. Why not? Right. ZKIN already traded 19 million shares. Almost forgot I turned off my level 4. Let me get this thing up and running. Let me just accept this really quick. Got to see where the orders are on that stock. Always takes about a couple of seconds to get this up and running. A lot of data coming across. There we go. All right. Now, there were a couple other stocks also that did pretty well too, and want to bring those up. We had that. We had ASST, which was absolutely fabulous. This stock does not want to stop moving. This stock was 50 cents, okay? And it ran all the way. One day it ran to like $2 to $3 to $6, up to a whopping $10. It was a great runner yesterday. A lot of support. Now, when me and Josh did the meeting, and by the way, we are going to broadcast live on YouTube too. We always do it on Thursdays and Fridays. Right there around 10, right around there. And I called it out right before the run up at 10:30. And I said, you know what? The stock, we saw it go from 5 all the way up to about 640, and it came back down. And I said, you know what? A lot of consolidation. Now, if you're a student of cyber trading, in phase 3, we talk a lot about it. Josh talks a lot about it in phase 2. And we always mention, be careful of the consolidation. It was doing it for a while. And all of a sudden, boom, thing ran from 5 all the way to a whopping $7. It was a huge. And you know what? It did. You couldn't even sell it if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it was going up, step by step by step. It just went like this. And you just sit there and watched it. And literally, you could see it there. Let me blow this up a little bit bigger so you guys could see it. So literally in about, 5 minutes. And then maybe 15 minutes. Look at that. Ran all the way to about $8. Great, great winner yesterday. Once again, this is why people love what we do here at CyberTrading University. And this is why we trade the market. It's not just trading the fabulous sevens. It's stuff like this. There was a lot of the stocks out there. A couple other ones I want to point out too that did pretty well because we had a couple of really good ones. This was another good one. VEEE. I have no idea what this company is. I really don't care. But this one was another good one too. Right out of the gate, 9:30. She runs from 2:30 all the way to a whopping $8. Again, you know what I mean? So, and we're done at 10:30. And even if you came late at 10:30, remember there's program trading. It kicks in after 10:30. That thing ran from $5 up to $8 up to about 11:30. And then up to about 1 o'clock, it was shot up to $9. Now, obviously, the stock goes down. And we're not here to talk about, we're not here to teach you. Remember, we keep that for classes. You know why it went down. But that was also a very, very beautiful runner up yesterday. Couple last few I want to bring up. Pony has been just doing great. That stock was at $5.17. I'll tell you the AI that it came out with the automatic driving is doing great for Pony. That one's doing pretty well. Lyft, LYFT. Lyft had good earnings going into the close yesterday. Big pop on that one. I'm going to put this on the watch list. LYFT. I'm going to put that on the watch list. Wolf. Another one that came down. They had earnings, but it's coming back down. Looks like it could be a good short. I don't know if it's on your short list, but it's under $5. Usually they're not. And one last one is this CTMX. That one is moving up. I'm sorry. That's this morning. We'll put this on the watch list right here. CTMX. No, the ones from yesterday were just two other ones I forgot to mention. QBTS. That one was a good mover. 8 to about 10. And last was the ZKIN. That one, which I already put it on there. That was one from the list from yesterday, and we posted up there. By the way, everybody can get these if you're connected into our X, our Telegram, and our the alert service. If you're in the cyber group room, on the top left-hand corner, if you scroll up where you see the names, it'll say mobile app. Let me show you where that is, just to show you if you're watching on social media. Right here, you see all the names, all the traders in here, everybody. So right up here on top, if you haven't got the mobile app, just click on that, and that's how you'll get it, okay? All right. So there's a couple of ways to get it. Telegram's obviously pretty good too, all right? All right, so let's go through the watch list. So a couple of good things. A lot of greens going on right now on the watch list. So we're doing pretty good on, damn, that Tesla. I'm so damn close. We need to get past 300. Really need to get past 300. I have a shitload of shares of TSLL. I loaded up big time on that. Right there. Really right there. Do you guys notice something about the TSLL? Kerry, you have a lot of it too. Do you notice anything you notice about TSLL, everybody? Traders? What do you guys see there? Well, obviously, people on YouTube probably don't know what this is, but if you're in the trading room, you know what it is. See a Fausto flag, right? Consolidation going up there. We're right there. That's right, Rick. Absolutely. We get past this number right around here, 12. I mean, I remember back in November when the elections were done, this stock, you could see it ran from 12 all the way to $36. So I have several thousand shares of this stock. So it was a lot more, once again, I like to buy the ETFs because they're cheaper. They go up a lot faster, but you got to be careful because they go down twice as fast. So you got to be careful of that. So that one's doing pretty well. TSLY is doing well. Delta's doing phenomenal. I'm really pissed. It's funny. I was just talking to Bill Ireland, and we're talking about Bitcoin and about iBit. So basically, I did a video yesterday. Is everyone subscribed to my channels, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? I did a short on Bitcoin, how it broke 100,000. And Bitcoin right now is at 103. There was a huge Bitcoin order out there, and he got filled. When that thing got filled, boom, thing just ran an extra 2,000 points. So anyway, iBit, I was just kidding. We was talking, before, and I was like, I always wish I just had more shares. I didn't have that many shares of it, but it's always wish I had more of the ones that are going up and less than the ones that are not going anywhere else. Right? It just happens. But anyway, that one did pretty well, and iBit is obviously on the watch list. And it was on a watch list in the past 2 days, so hopefully everyone got a piece of it. But it was a really nice move right around the level of the clock. That's where the stock really broke out right there. That's when it broke over the 100,000 share price order right there. So Bitcoin getting close to that high right there at 60. So nice little move. I mean, it was a nice support levels right around 45. You're doing pretty well. Delta's also, I don't know who got jumped on the Delta trade, but we killed it on Delta. I bought a half lot, but we're getting close to resistance. So for anyone here that has Delta, we went up extremely fast on Delta. Resistance level is at 50. If we don't get past, if we get past 50, then, you know, you can see the iceberg order here at 53. But it did take a very, very big hit in a very short period of time. So once again, great, beautiful roller coaster. It was a screaming buy. Whoever got in here with me around the $35 price range. So you're doing pretty damn good on that trade right there. All right. So a couple of the stocks, we're going to go through the watch list and see what's going on. We got WBuy that's moving up this morning, gapped up a lot. WBuy, we'll keep an eye on that one. It's up about 125%. I'm just a little nervous. It doesn't look like a category 1, probably looks like in a category 3, 4-ish. All right. So keep an eye on that one. SYTA, what a really nice looking stock right here. Let me go check on level 4, bring it up. Hold on. I got to X out of some of the stuff over here and see what the orders are. This one looks really nice. Okay. SYTA. All right. Nice trend. Stock got destroyed, hammered. Look at that last year, all the way up in the 800s. That's only last year. Oh, this had like a gazillion stock splits, it looks like. There's already a 40,000. Anyway, big iceberg order just got filled right here. You can see it right there. See that big green ball right there, that big red line? So that order got filled. Nice little stock. Holding up. That's the $2 resistance. So SYTA. I really like that one a lot more. We already know about Zkin. We already put that one. We got another one. Oh, this is another cheapio here. 8 million shares, 50%. This one looks pretty good too. NVVE. That looks like a good day trade right there. Let's go check out where the orders are. NVVE. Wow, this looks like an interesting Friday. Oh, yeah, this is a great one. So big iceberg order showed up here for about 100,000. You could see it right there. Once he showed up, the thing already ran up from that big order's at $1, already to $1.70. Got big orders out there. You see that big order right there, fellow traders? 100,000 share order. Big order. Actually, it was more than that. I'm sorry. That's more. 400,000. Cha-ching. 400,000. My mistake. All right. Big buyer on that one. That looks really, really good. What we're looking for. This one had a big run up yesterday too also. Huge pharmaceutical stock, but she's starting to trend down, so I'll probably pass on that one. GoGo. I don't know what that's all about. Don't like the charting on that one. CYMX is doing really nicely. Very slow, though, but it's been a good swing trade. Broke $1, went up. You can keep an eye on that one. Wow, the list is really big, actually. This is probably one of the biggest lists I had on a Friday in a long time. We're going to have a good time trading until the market opens up. This one, too expensive, 15%. Now, remember, we usually stop after 10% in pre-market. And during the market opens up, we do about 5%, okay? Just right now, we can only fit so much on a watch list. Now, we know why VEE is on the down list. The stock was up tremendous. Whatever shows up in the gainers that big always show up in the losers. Nothing there. New York Stock Exchange got a nice little push on this one right here, too. SRXH. Good volume, good trend. Started back off over here at 340. Must have been an iceberg order out there. SRXH. We just posted a news on that one right there. So if you guys want to read that. Checking out the orders. Yeah, she's starting to trend down. Orders getting filled on the bid. So I would probably put this on the B list. SRXH. Yeah, put this on the B list. G dot, nope. This one's moving up pretty good. These are obviously the ETFs too, moving up with it, but a little expensive. All right, I think we're pretty deep. I think we're pretty good. I'm going to put this one back on the watch list too from yesterday. GPUS. This has been a fun stock too. We did really well on this stock. Remember that? For some of you missed it. On the 5th, the stock went from $2 to $9, and she's kind of making new highs. So that's really, really nice on that one. We're going to keep an eye on that one too. That one's a good one. All right, traders. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? All right, so listen, we're going to get ready for the market to open up in 15 minutes. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Josh and Rich are going to be joining me. We are going to broadcast live. If you're watching on social media, do not log out. We'll be right back, okay? Cyber traders, go hit the restrooms, go fill up your coffees. Let's get ready for this open. We got a really big list here. I will be posting this on our alerts, on our X, and on our Telegram, all right? So just make sure you subscribe to those channels. All right, everybody? Good luck. Be right back and trade this open with some of these stocks. And if we see something new, we'll trade something new. All right. Good luck, everybody.
All right, folks. Good morning. Market just opened up. You're off and running, and we'll get Fausto up here in a second. But great to see Michael, Jeff, Kerry, Leda, Wendy, Ron, and Bill, and all of us still here. Otherwise, you're good to go. Tell you what, Fausto, Ruden's Tesla trade on right now. TSLL is popping up pretty nice, at least to start.
Yeah, this thing. I mean, this thing's got to move. I was telling you, I got to own a shitload of shares of it. There we go. Come on, go. I need to go to 20.
What you are to Tesla right now, I mean, you're definitely probably larger money-wise, but like you are to Tesla as I am to Bitcoin stocks. So rising tide lifts all boats, baby. Let's see the whole market explode right now.
Yeah, IBIT really pissed me off. I was talking to Bill Ireland this morning. Like he said, he missed out on it. I said, "Shit, I don't own that many shares of it because I say this all the time. It's like do you get rid of one when you're doing well to buy another one because you don't have enough money? I'm 100% cash in the market, so I would have to sell something that I'm making money on to buy that. And it's like which one, you get pulled from two things. If you remember not too long ago when that market crashed, I had to sell stock to buy something cheaper so I could buy more shares of it because I was maxed out, and it just happens, but I always want to remind everybody if I face three traders, and I know we're watching this other stock that's moving up pretty well. Keep an eye.
I had a nice trade on this just before. I just got out right before it halted, so I'm happy with it.
So regarding about account, people always ask me how much money you have. We don't use a lot of money into trading because you don't have to use a lot. You don't need a lot to day trade. Like you saw this SRXH and you saw the Zkin. But there's gonna be times where the market's gonna fly on you, and you don't want to not have it there. So you're not going to use it, but you don't got to blow it. You know what I mean? So just always keep that in mind.
Yeah, right now also just wait it out a little bit on the ZKIN here, just like for a couple more minutes. And then this SYTA, I'm looking for a bounce on this, but listen, it just broke right below support. Needs to go back over it. So you don't want to catch a falling knife here. Especially for a Friday. Like this is basically a summer Friday, we'll call it. We're not after Memorial Day yet, but we're pretty much here. So you don't want to go into the weekend on a bad note.
You know what's funny, Josh? I checked. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but like I get these comments from these people. And first of all, there's haters out there on certain companies because what they stand for. That's number one. Number two, they're like, "Hey, I told you I was going to short it." And I'm like one guy was like on Palantir because I did a big one on Palantir, and I'm like, "Well, did you cover yet?" Because a day later the thing just took off, and they're just anti, Palantir or they missed the ride, the boat on certain stocks. Yeah. But things change in a blink of an eye. It's like IBIT, Bitcoin. You know what I mean? It's like you short, now you long.
The thing that I've learned with the online stuff, because like 4 years ago, follow a couple of people on crypto stuff, and like they definitely knew what they were doing. But listen, if you're not a part of their group, if you're not with them every day, you don't really know fully like what they're looking for in the trade, unless if they like write essays, long, paragraphs and everything detailing it.
Right.
Nobody has the time for that. So point being is that, you see these people on social media, don't follow them because they're only giving you a fraction of like what they're like fully looking at. I mean, you're not behind their shoulder all the time. So
right. Things change like that.
Yeah.
It's like driving a car. Like, 1 minute things are going great, and the next minute, boom, things could change on you,
So I would follow some people, and like I'd be right with them sometimes, but then I'd be wrong, and I'd be like frustrated on the times I'm wrong. Like, oh, they misled me. No, they didn't mislead me. I'm not like with them all the time. So I need to train myself really on
that. One of the stocks on a watch list was WeBuy. It just got halted on the upside.
Yeah, that one was definitely a bit crazy early in pre-market. So
yeah,
just watch the spread when it reopens up. But
wow, Tesla's not stopping. It's going right to 300.
There you go, man. That's exactly what you're looking for. It's already at 4%. That's a hell of a move up already.
Yeah, there's a huge stack of orders out there on level 4 between 298, 299, and 300. You got about close to about 450,000 shares are going to be sold right there. Whoever has level 4, if we get past that 300, there's 300,000 at 300. Coincidence, right? 306,000 to be exact as of now. Get past that, it's going to hit 305 like that. But that 300 is a very critical number. as a
You
major
might be
resistance.
ejected from your seat if this hits 300 during our stream.
Yeah.
You go crazy. The NVVE trade also is moving up really nicely. It's getting close to the pre-market highs right now. Oh, I got 100,000 share buyer that just popped up there too. Yeah, NVVE is going ballistic right now.
Oops.
SYTA is bouncing now. Just you don't want to catch the falling knife, just like we teach in class. You got to see it like kind of loop under and over.
Yeah, there's
Maybe there could be room there.
just want to show that resistance there for everyone who's on social media can't see it. That's what I'm talking about right there. See a big order out there? Big order right there.
Yep.
All right.
8,000, and who knows? There might even be more orders that pop up the closer it gets to it.
Yep.
So this NVVE is like just as good too. You got a bunch of good trades right now. The SYTA is bouncing up damn nicely now at this point, so I'm happy with that. Had some good pre-market trades. That SYTA, it didn't break higher when you did the meeting, but it was a good 35-cent bounce off of support.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about the money as much, but in terms of just like knowing the reality and the possibility at times, on 1,000 shares, if you were to catch that, that's like a solid day's pay on just one trade. And that's not even the best stock out there. Tesla's, the main one that we're focused on, really.
Yeah, like
Did a nice job.
and we're going to share that with you guys on social media so you guys could see it a little bit more, because a lot of people keep asking me. I did a big video yesterday on it, but here's that big order. You could see it, watch it right now as actually it's happening in real time. You just had the big order at 298 get filled, and it's testing right now the 90,000 share seller at 299, and then we're going to be getting to 300. So it's still very, very strong. I'm very happy right now.
Yeah. No other words to say it. I like what I see.
Yeah. And TSLL is, if we get past that number right there, 11. I don't own Tesla. I own TSLL, which is the ETF version. So I was able to buy a lot. It's like a 2-3x of the movement of the stock. So instead of tying up $300, I could try up, I could buy a $10 stock. I could buy, several thousand more. But yeah, nice little move on that right there. We'll see what happens. But there are a bunch of other stocks out there for everyone here. So please, we'll go chop over there and see what's going on with other stocks there, Josh, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had our list so far. The NVVE's been great. And, shook down a little bit, kind of held the pre-market high just before, but it's still all right. The W buy trade, we buy, that might reopen up in a moment.
That NVVE was volatile.
It was, yeah.
Got a couple.
It was probably like more category 3 to 4, I'd say.
It looks strong. It was a lot of buyers right now that's hovering a couple 100,000 shares around $170, $155. I see. I mean, we're at 215, but
oh god,
a lot of big buyers out there.
Back in action right now. Pony back up again. Looks like I'll try and hit 20 at this point.
Lita did pretty good on NVVE. Look at that. She got out at 220, got at $2. That was a nice little trade. Made nice 20 cents at Lita. Very good. Congratulations.
Yeah, this Pony trade right now.
Randy back in it at 502 on. You mean, I don't know what number that's. Oh, you did an option play? I don't know what you have over there. We had a stack on that NVVE. Another person just bid it up again. All right, getting back to Tesla again. We just took out the 299. Here we go. I'm going to share this for some of you on social media so you guys could watch this actually happening in real time. Let's cheer it on. Here we go. There's your order. Now, I did this video, Josh. You saw my video I did yesterday on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have not subscribed to the channel, on the top right-hand corner, just make sure you take your phone, scan the QR code, because we send alerts. I do videos all the time. It's those of Josh do and Rich. But I did one on the Bitcoin when it took out that 100,000 share seller. And when it did that, you saw where Bitcoin is now. So you're going to kind of witness the same thing that's happening here if it does. And cross my fingers that does. But it's going to probably have to do a slingshot. And it went up way too fast. So probably have to kind of consolidate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We'll come back to it.
So right now, also Lyft, which I think that you had on the watch list there, number 3. It's pushing up pretty nicely. It looks like a Fausto flag's kind of building there, 1550. It's actually right there now.
That's
Looks
a
like it's about to
beautiful
pop.
one. That's a great Fausto flag right there. That looks like it's going to break out.
Yep, looking pretty good. So there's plenty of other stocks out there, guys. Like, if there's something that's moving too fast for you, that's okay. There's plenty of stocks that move too fast for me and Fausto all the time. So it's just a matter of finding something you're more comfortable on. That's all. This is pretty good because it has good volume.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of resistance levels right at the $16 ish, right, just right above it, 1605, 1607, going back in May of last year, but definitely a good move from stock right there. Do you see any orders? I didn't have it on level 4.
I didn't even pop it up yet either. I'm taking the picture of the Fausto
Load it
flag.
up. I didn't have it up there.
So definitely at 16, you're going to see resistance there for sure as a whole number. And if it's 50 cents away, that you got room to try and take that Fausto flag breakout. But yep, just about 137,000 shares out there at 16 bucks.
He got that. Oh my God. Did you see a big order out there? It got filled?
The one at 1550.
Yeah,
Yep.
100,000. So probably get a consolidation there. Now it looks like the next biggest order for 140 is at $16. Somebody wants it. And what did I just tell you? Where's the next resistance levels? Right at $16 right there, which is at May resistance.
I just posted an alert just going over that Fausto flag on Lyft.
I had this morning. It's weird when you come into the morning, you do the morning meetings. You always have a kind of sense, Josh, of like, is it going to be a good day or not? And I felt this morning was going to be very good because I said, wow, this list is pretty big. I had a big list written down here this morning. I'm like, you know what? This could actually be a pretty good day.
I was going to say in the chat, I was going to write to you before. I'm like, well, now I'm justified with how big of a watch list I put out in the afternoon yesterday because that was abnormally big. I'm like, we got to keep it simple, but it's tough when everything is like at the highs. It's up more than like 5 or 8%, whatever. Just it's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. There's the link on Instagram for the Bitcoin. If anybody uses Instagram, we'll post the one on YouTube also. I think I had it on YouTube.
Jeff just got out with a nice trade there. Jeff, we're welcoming him back here. Just he's been out of commission for a little bit, and he had a nice 12-cent gain right there. Or 12 cents right off of 172.
Yeah.
Oh, this NVVE's flying. Look at this, just beautiful higher low, higher high right there. It's gonna get halted.
Oh my God, that thing is like that was one of my favorite stocks on the watch list. That's why I had it on top. Right? It was the first one on there.
Yep. Right now, the SYTA, I am still in that off of 150, but it needs to hold over support right here. It's been a good trade so far, but if you want it to go up more, let's keep playing the same game that these are playing right now.
So Tesla did a shake, dropped all the way down to 297, and now it's back up to 300. It's going to get close to that 300.
Yeah, it's right there.
Let me share that with you guys so you guys could see it. If you're watching on social media, if you're on our YouTube channel, you could see it right there.
Yeah, this Lyft trade right now is doing just the perfect move right now off that Fausto flag breakout.
Let's check that out. Now, if there's anything else, we didn't get a hold on that NVVE, by the way. Yeah, we're having some. We're gonna have some difficulties with this Tesla at 300. I'm just gonna shop around if there's anything else new. There's this other one that's moving, but I think the volume is just a little too low. It's not. It's moving up pretty nicely. Fausto flags, DH, defensive healthcare. What the hell is? I define it. Whatever it is, definitive healthcare.
Oh, it's a nice mover right there, DH.
Yeah,
so step away just for like 10 seconds. We're good.
It looks like a gap fill. It looks like it got crushed. Right?
Yep. Give me a second. Of course, in the 30 seconds I stepped away from my desk, SYTA dropped. I'm just gonna get the hell out on that right now. Just take my money and run.
Can't go broke taking a profit.
Good for 13 cents. Set up for a new
reverse
entry off
box
of
split.
190.
Yeah. We got another. Anybody want to see what a reverse stock split looks like? This one just happened, and that's like the worst news in the world. RSLS.
Oh yeah, what is it, like $1 million back like 4 years ago?
It was 32 cents. They did a reverse stock split. Looks like went to 7.30 back down.
Oh God, yeah. I see the graph back from like 2020, 2019 or something. Looks like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not good. We're just calling QBTS. Lita's saying, thanks, Patrick. I wish it was 1,000 shares. Lita, it's funny. We always wish we had more shares of the stocks a winner. And then when the ones were losers, I wish I had less shares.
Yeah.
It always, it's believe me, we've been there. We all do it. Like I said, I was just bringing that with Bill Ireland this morning, talking about it.
I'll just go back to the Tesla trade, Rich. Just want to show that again because Terry got out on a nice one right there.
Yeah, it's getting close to that 300. Come on, take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Looks like they're going to take him. Let me share it with the screen. Hold on. Let me bring it up so you guys can see it, what we're looking at.
Lift is shaking back down. It took me out break even right off 1550. It's not going to make that big move, then honestly, I don't mind just getting out scratch, break even.
So for the ones that are watching on social media, what you're looking at right now, and the new trial members that are in the room, you've guys been enjoying it all week, and thanks for being here. I'm glad you made the $9 investment. Hopefully it paid for itself, because if not, I'll give you money back. We don't need it. But what you're witnessing is the right of the chart. A lot of people don't see this. They don't know that they even exist. And, Josh, I just going to bring up something that happened to me yesterday. I had a trader that I was talking to yesterday, and she's not ready to get involved with cybertradinguniversity because she has 58 outstanding positions. Now, what would you tell a person that has 58 outstanding positions and not even know where they are?
I'm going to give you the same answer. I just want to make sure. I got my AC going right now. It's hard to hear. Did you say 15 or 50 as in 50?
No, 58.
58?
58.
Like 5'8".
5'8". 5'8 position. 5. And I want to go and she's probably listening right now in the cyber group room, but I was trying to talk to her. What would you say?
It's tough because that kind of
Elizabeth just gave it up. Okay, Elizabeth Carol just said it. She's there.
That'll trickle into like trade personality and just
52. She says 52. It's not 58. Sorry about that, Elizabeth Claire.
I mean, if it was 15 or 58 to me, I'd still give the same answer pretty much. I just wanted to get the right number at least. But I mean, the more that we are in different positions, we're not going to be able to hone in on the more important details of each of those. I barely remember what I have for breakfast in the morning, so it's tough for me to remember certain trades that are moving right now as we're talking. Unless if you're the Watson IBM supercomputer, as I like to say, the one that was on Jeopardy all those years back. It is definitely tough to multitask. That's it.
Well, Elizabeth Carey, you're in the room, and I don't want to bring it up. I don't like to bring anybody up, but what I want you to see is look at all the students out in the room, what they're basically telling you. Okay, close them out with your life. Been there, done that. Lynn and Randy say it. Bill Ireland, portfolio manager, would have a tough time even managing that. I mean, list goes on and on and on.
Right now, Bitcoin's making a decent move right now, trying to go back up towards 104.
All right, so we're getting close. You're looking at that. We're getting close to this. Here we go. Here's that push that we're looking at the orders out there.
I mean, it looks like a Fausto flag here, right at that 300 or right under.
Is it going to make it? Lead is giving you some advice, Elizabeth Care. And Lead has been with us for, I don't know, over 15 years probably.
Yeah, longer than me. It's probably like 12, 13 years at least.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're almost there. Zoom a little bit closer. Get a little bit more of a defined look on those orders out there. Do you see the high? What was the high on that? It just scraped 299.88.
For such an expensive stock, though, like you can give it a couple extra rooms slack there and say, like, it got right there. It was pretty much right there. That's exactly where, you say it all the time. You were probably going to say it right now if I didn't say it, but you got to sell under that level, right? And
Yep.
not at the 0s and 5s.
As I zoom out, I am seeing a little bit of a Fausto flag, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Nice higher lows.
I mean, if you're a day trader, you should be getting out immediately, and you always buy it back. Swing trade, I mean, I own the stock at, I don't know, 225, I would say. So I could hold it for a big drop. Not that I would let it, but Lee's calling Maris popping.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
Wow,
coming
that's a
off of
really
the
nice
earnings,
move.
just be mindful. I don't think they had as good earnings, but if it's going to go with Bitcoin, then it's already up 9%.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Mara.
time in terms of the cyber clock. So if you're looking for more of a run, you still have about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes at least, if not more.
It's a $2 run. There's a big resistance at like 15. Looks like it kind of broke it.
Yeah, that was from before there. It was a good entry off of 15 if you were watching it from earlier there. NVVE still holding up pretty nicely. It needs to keep making the higher highs, but those orders on the bid are still showing. Got 2 giant orders on the bid for that trade.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me bring that up for you guys. And he is sold.
Yep. Bingo.
Bingo. Here we go.
You could even
That is
zoom in there further
exactly
because you'll see
what we're
that
looking
big
for.
dot.
300,000 shares sold. All right. Can't see that on a Fibonacci coming. All right, let's go to the next one. So that's a swing trade, by the way. I mean, it was a great day trade on the TSLL. My phone's blowing up right now.
Well, it's good. It's just good to know that it's like hitting that level finally. It broke through it. I mean, we'll see if it keeps pushing over it today, tomorrow, or today, next week, whatever. But it's been holding it hasn't hit that price in a long while, right?
No.
So it's good that finally doing the job now. It's like for me in Bitcoin at that 100,000, just once it starts getting there again, you feel a lot better. Yep, SYTA is trying to make a little push here, but it's gotta play nice. It's already traded a lot of volume already, so
Just checking out.
this is where traders with if they're focused on the shiny objects in the room, if they're very jumpy to take trades after seeing all these stocks explode this week, you got to be careful because all of these are like low float stocks. ZKIN, SYTA. I don't even know what the hell this is. This is apparently a 40,000 share float. That can't be.
Nah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense. That literally no sense.
Wait, the one we're looking at right now, the SYTA?
Yeah,
It trades
allegedly
7
from
million shares.
TradeStation, and they're really good with it. So maybe it's just a little glitch, but maybe they meant 4 million, and Benzinga shows 3.6 million. Still very low. Just be careful. That's all I say. You don't want to get stuck on the way down. Got out on lift in time, stopped me out break even. Very happy about that because if not, then you're going to be getting crushed. If you're hoping for that 16 level, I was too. But if it's not going to at least keep pushing like these are, break even.
I have people that just texted me that they all got into it. He says, well, what's going on? And I have to start just basically just telling them, it's like, it's just that big seller got filled that we were hoping at 300. So it's probably going to do a slingshot, hopefully here, with that Tesla trade. Just telling you really quick. You want to kind of like hover here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that trade. The one from the morning. Yeah, that one's a dead one. SRXH. Nah, that one's done. That was news with that crypto Solana that I think that you're familiar with, Fausto.
Which one?
The SRXH.
Oh.
That was the cheap stock this morning that popped a little bit. It's dead now.
This was a really good runner stock too. That was really cheap. I didn't buy that many shares. Once again, I wish I had more shares. Pony.
Yeah.
It's up, gapped up again today, right out of the gate.
Yep. There's a good chance that could try and shoot for $20 just as a psychological level at this rate. Wouldn't shock me at this point.
Rich, can you find out if there's any news on Tesla? Because that's up a lot. It's up over 5% today, $15. There's got to be some news on it.
Oh, nice trade from Farzad there on the SYTA. He's been having a great week. In from 167, which is a little bit over right where we were staying for that first bounce. Got some good money on
Kathy
that.
Woods. That's what Carrie said. Kathy Woods is all over it. I know she was a big fan of it. I love Kathy Woods. I met her personally. I actually posted a picture with
Oh,
me
you're
with
getting
her.
NVVE popping right now, Fausto.
Which one?
NVVE.
Oh, it is there now?
It's trying to make a higher high. It's getting close. It's like inching up a little bit.
It's got a big ladder that kicked in the bottom. This reminds me of the stock that we traded yesterday. What was it? The one we traded it was the yesterday. What was it?
This is what we're talking about. We barely remember what we're trading yesterday, right?
VEE. That's what it was. It looks like VEEE.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. Oh, that was funny yesterday, though. Like, it's like pretty hot out here, Fausto, in Southwest Florida. So, the second it's 4 o'clock, I jumped off the microphone here. I said, guys, I'll be watching everything poolside. I'll catch up with you there. So that's where I was watching, at least those trades, the ZKIN. Tesla's doing good. Tesla's doing good. Pony's moving up. Bell saying recent EV news includes declining used EV prices, a new battery technology from Hyundai. So some information that one of our students, Bell, posted for us right there. This is smooth sailing here, at least on Tesla. Makes it nice and easy for us. Market hasn't even done too much today. Just kind of choppy.
It's running.
Yep.
Ripping. Bella's just posted some news on EVs. Recent EV news included declining use of EV prices, the new battery technology of Hyundai Mobile's built. Tesla Cybertruck experienced another recall due to body panels failing off. In addition, Honda's Acura EV are expected to gain access to Tesla's supercharger in June. Yeah, you know what? It was crazy. You got to give Tesla credit on one thing. They got more superchargers everywhere. You know what I mean? And it's pretty funny. He built like a monopoly on it. I don't know if you read up on it, but like he gave everybody the technology about the batteries. And he's like, why would you give up your technology on that? I mean, you're their car. He was like, because they're gonna need to buy from me. So that's one of the big niches that he has. And my son, oh my God, this thing is ripping. 305 coming. So anyway, what he did was my son's got the Kia one, and they make an adapter now. You can get an adapter to go to Tesla stations because the issue I have with charging stations, they didn't build any. There's none around. There's literally, I mean, and they're all booked, but there's Tesla stations everywhere. So he's got the infrastructure in place. So that's the good thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. If it's tough to find a supercharger location, then how do you have confidence in doing like a very long drive?
My son does. Yes, he comes to my house and leaves his car at my house because I got a stage 2 charger in my house. So it's like, it defeats the whole purpose because he moved and now he's like, Dad, I can't even get this and that. And thank God they gave it to him for free. The Kia gave it to him. It's like a $250 option. I think you could buy it on Amazon too, but they gave it to him for free. But yeah. If they're making more EVs, I mean, I have nothing against it. It's just you gotta find the gas station, right?
Yep. Here comes Lyft. I was waiting for this here, Fausto. I'm sorry, I was silent for a second. Lyft was slingshotting back over that 1550 level. Let's see if it can make the better move now. Like that was a rude shake earlier. It seemed like an easy move to 16, but it didn't. So
here's a cool screenshot if you guys want to see. You can see that big order, big green order out there. It got filled. That was just what a great run up.
Rich, I think one of your charts there, you might need you got to fix your chart there, Rich. All right. Well, Lyft is pushing up pretty damn nice here. It's been doing good after it got back above 1550.
Did I have this on my watch list? I think I did, but I canceled it. I didn't like it, but it's moving up pretty decently. You got GoGo. Keep an eye on that one.
Remember that stock? Like it was good. It was like, I remember we did okay on it. It was a nice tradable move. Probably like a couple of years back at this point.
Yep. It's got a Fausto flag. Spread's kind of ugly though, but
yeah, it was back in like September of 2020 even. Like it was moving then. Doing well on my SoFi swing from earlier this week. It's not like, the fastest, which is exactly what you want for swing trading. You want kind of slow and nothing too crazy, but it's been doing all right. And I got to tip my cap over to Alex P, one of our longtime students. He got in from like 970. He told me on a coaching call, all the news with it, and he had a good jump on the trade, and it's not bad.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, wow, we're 30 minutes in. My God, I feel like I just ran like the marathon.
Yeah.
Like I ran like the 40, I mean, not the marathon, the 40-yard dash.
Pony's building higher lows. There's a chance it could try and make one more push. Lyft just broke a new high, so we're doing real good on that now. Or no, sorry, that's a lie. It's at the high of the day. Looked like it broke it.
Now, just to remind everyone here too that listening in, we have a lot of trial members that signed up this week. They're in the trading room. I mean, it's Friday, and we have a lot of you guys watching on social media. Couple of things to clarify. You're seeing day trading, but we do a lot of swing trading here also. A lot of these stocks that we looked at, because I always get these people always tell me, "Oh, I'm not a day trader. I don't want to put time to it, Josh." And I could try to tell them, "No, it's these day trades turn into a swing trade." Okay. It actually helps you be more conservative, like the Tesla trade, like the Delta trade, the Nvidia trade. You know what I mean? It's like they're swing trades, but Tesla ends up being a day trade today, but we've been swing trading this for about a month now?
Yeah. Well, what works on the day will work on the swing.
Right.
Right? That's what you're pointing towards. So the more that you're with us, then you'll have a good ability to realize like the small cap stocks, we're not as jumpy to swing trade as much because they're typically like pop and drop. Everyone knows Tesla. So, you got to drop your opinion of him and Elon and Tesla as a company. If you don't like him, whatever, it's about the stock price, the volume, it trades a lot of volume and everyone's on top of it. I mean, you could say that with so many different companies. Like you said, Delta Airlines, you've been a big fan of. So, Delta, everyone knows Delta. That's not a company that's going out of business anytime soon.
But you know what I tell everybody when they're on my social media, when you get those people that they just don't like Elon Musk because they're a Trump fan, you know what I tell them? That's great. Short it. You should short this. It's going to go to 150. Dude, short it. What are you waiting for? You know what I mean? That's all. I mean, like I always tell everybody, you can't be, you can't take things personal because, it's like, oh, I don't like this company or this and that. Like I have people that anti Costco. You know what I mean? Like, like, oh, that stock is 1,000. They rip off this. I'm like, then short it.
How are you anti Costco?
There are people, believe it or not. I put an article out there, and people like anti Costco.
They're still doing the was it the hot dog and soda special, and they still got it for that same price?
$1.50. Oh, I got a great trivia question. Every time I go there, I always ask the cashier and see how well they know their product. And I'm going to ask everybody this question here, right here. Anybody here shop at Costco? I'm a Costco freak. My wife thinks I'm like, I'm there like once or twice a week. That's my supermarket. Glenn, you go there? All right. I'm going to ask everybody a question here and see if you can answer it. I always go there and I always spend between $300 to $400. I don't know how that happens. I get suckered into something. Okay. But what is the cheapest thing you could buy at Costco? The cheapest thing. Let's see if everybody can answer the question. The hot dog. Okay. John says the hot dog.
Big fan of their chocolate cookies.
A hot dog. No, the cookies more. A Coke, a hot dog, the chicken, the grilled chicken, probably a drink. Nobody can get this answer right. A pizza is $2. The Coke. Pete hit the nail on the head. He's right. A bottle of water in the vending machine is 25 cents. And like, oh, I didn't, and the cashier's never figured that one out. So you got it. Anyway, congratulations. You just made it. 25 cents for a bottle of water, Bill. I think I told you that. Anyway, Tesla just busted through that big iceberg order at 350. Now it looks like we're going to 310. Should I knew? All right, let's go back to, there's other stocks we're going to be trading, fellow traders. So let's move this on the side.
We've been doing well on NVVE too. It's been making higher lows at least. Needs to now make the next pop, but that's holding up pretty nice.
The WeBuy went up pretty big too. Also, the problem is it's more of a category 3, category 4, but my God, that thing is just nonstop. Was that a reverse stock split? That was a reverse stock split. That's why.
I'd give that a category 5, Fausto. That's like $2 bars.
That stock was just a couple of days ago was 19 cents. Yeah, so they did a reverse stock split on that.
That's a crazy spread there. That's definitely category 5.
Yeah, but it's number 1 on the big percentage gainers. That's the problem. P-Hat had a good run, but now she's starting to back down a little bit. That one had a nice, huge run up this morning.
Lyft has a new seller out there, just under 16.
We got a runner.
So
I think I found one, Josh. BTCS is moving. This stock we traded back in November. It ran from $1 to about $5. I don't know what the iceberg orders look like. I don't have it up, but volume is a little light. Sometimes these things pick up out of nowhere. Cyber traders, we don't tell you what to buy and sell. Read between the lines. Do your homework. All right. Remember, you got to hit the button, not us.
Lyft is still doing pretty good. It just has that seller out there just under $16 that popped up. Making higher lows though still. There's a case for it to try and break, or at least test those orders, maybe break over them. NVVE has a new sell order out there blocking it, so just be careful there now. Tesla does not. That just keeps going up. Adel saying pony on the run. Yeah, it's trying to break over that resistance. Not even at 19 just yet, but more like 1870. That's a bit of a book map level, we'll call it.
Tesla's going to about 310 now.
It's actually perfectly timed on pony. Let's see if it could hold over 1870 and pop up, make a new HOD soon. Dave is a big fan of CLSK. It's one of his favorite stocks. Yeah, that's moving up pretty nicely at least, and perhaps Mara could be still too. But CLSK is moving up pretty nice for the price there.
Wow, this thing.
Mining stocks having their day in the sun. I've fell off from those for a little while just because I like trading IBIT, just cleaner with Bitcoin, like long term and just day to day. But I got to say, those stocks are all doing good. I'm sure that there's others, like, they're all popping and making the same type of move. So you don't need to trade them all. But I'd say Mara and CLSK are 2 good ones.
So pissed I didn't buy more Delta. I had such a good
Only
position
wants
on
to
this.
make a new high. It needs to do it pretty soon.
What's this stock? Volume's too light. Just shopping, see if we'll find someone else. A couple of other stocks. This is moving up like straight. Hasn't backed off once, isn't it? We call this one out?
The Tesla trade right now is looking like the HIMS trade from earlier in the week that we caught. It's just like minimal pullbacks. It's doing so nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's this one moving too. This PSQH. Volume is extremely light right now, but the spread looks okay. So I'll be very careful. Cyber traders, how to deal with this. I gotta take some stocks off my watch list. They died. The NVVE, if it can get past this 260, it could look pretty good on that one. This stock is dead. SRXH. It's finished. They're going to break that stack of orders at 16, Josh? What do you think?
What, lift? It's really tough right now because I don't think so just yet. But what I do like, though, is that you're starting to see the beginning of a little ladder on the buy side, 1535. So if that continues, then I think there's a shot.
I see a little bit of a
If it
Fausto
just
play
wants
kicking
to
in.
break out, hey, I'll be happy to just have an easy trade, right? If Lyft wants to turn into Tesla and just fly like crazy, then I'm for that. Filled the first of those orders on Lyft. Hit the first one.
This is my concern about Tesla. It's going up too fast. I hope it backs off and just holds here. I don't like this at all. This is not a good sign. I don't like this. I don't like this too much.
And real quick, NVVE just busted above an iceberg there that was blocking it. So now it needs to make the new high, but it looks okay.
It took the guy out. It took him out. $3 looks like the next stop. On the chart says 275, but I'm not seeing anyone there.
And Rich just pointed this out on Pony as a quick update on that. Much needed. You needed to have an order on the bid show up. It's got a thin book, so about 36,000 just joined the bid.
So Pony, just to kind of let everybody know, everybody kind of always focuses on some of the brand names like the Fabulous 7. Let's just kind of look at Pony really quick. We've been trading that stock around before 5. Great order out there at $10. Think about a stock goes from 10 to 18. That's almost 100% move. That's like Tesla going from 300 to 600, in 3 days. So that's how you kind of look at it, as a 50% move.
You just made me think of ASST, and right as I turn over to that just to check in to see how it's doing, it's starting to make a bounce. Is it going to try and lure us back in again, that same trade? I'm focused elsewhere on Lyft, but is that really going to go up again? So Lyft is at that same level right there, the first of those two icebergs that that were there, are there. 16 is the larger of the two. Check out Benzinga Pro, see what we got from there, if there's any good stocks. Ooh, maybe one that we're familiar with. Yeah, it's pushing up nice. It might be based off of news with Bitcoin as well, but check out Rumble, RUM. Rumble's been a nice trade for us in the past, and that one's pushing up pretty nicely. It's up 22% already. You can turn to that, Rich, please. You should have it. Right. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, look at that now, Rich. See it? You got a 51,000 share order on the bid showing up right now. Pretty interesting. Nice little move here. There's news that came out with Rumble just over the last 24 hours about how they bought more Bitcoin. Oh, they had earnings too, I guess. That makes sense. They had earnings. So they had a double beat, which is nice.
Well, Bitcoin had a big pop just now. Went up to almost 104. It's up around 103.50. Yeah, Rumble looks pretty cool. But wait a minute, wasn't Kathy Woods a fan of Rumble?
I think so. You would probably know more than me, but I think just
hold on
vaguely, I think so. I remember they were tied with Bitcoin maybe at the end of last year. Some news came out where basically they had an investment that's going to turn into Bitcoin.
I'm just texting someone to let me know. Took a big hit. It had a big run up from 8 to 16. Did great.
This Pony trade needs to break a new high really soon, because otherwise, like Fausto pointed out, this thing was up so much from the last week or two that heading into the end of a weekly candle, there's a good chance you see profit taking and sell off. So if it's not going to break higher now, then just be mindful that could happen here.
Need Tesla to kind of sit here for about 3-4 hours and hover between 300 and 310, not move.
Lift needs to continue at the higher lows. It's shaking a little bit, but if it breaks a lower low, I'll just take a small win. Just
Mhm.
as far as like perspective goes, I don't want to go too deep into it, Fausto. We teach this like in phase 2 and 3, especially more when you do live. But
Oh,
like
it's
we said
low.
earlier, we're almost at summer, so I'm calling it a summer Friday. You want to go into the weekend feeling good. That doesn't mean that you need to make money to feel good, but you don't want to go into the weekend feeling really crappy, taking a huge hit on a trade or getting blown up on a trade that you should have set your stop for.
Mm.
So, hey, if you take nickels and dimes on a day like today, that's good enough. You got to train yourself to accept that. You're like, listen, I'm not trying to hit the home run today. As long as I can make a little money, then I'm feeling happy.
Let me tell you something. It always feels good to be up on a Friday. You get so excited, like, when's Monday getting here?
Yeah,
Like
that
Sun
too.
Saturday's like, it does. It really, it does put a good mood into it.
No, even further,
Um,
that's great. Yeah, because like on the flip side of that, like imagine having a horrible Friday and then you're like, oh shoot, now I gotta like try and make it all back Monday. It's on your mind more, right?
or you don't even want to look at it, you're in denial. But the other issue you got to look out for is that Sunday, I know this weekend that the the White House is meeting with China over the weekend. That could change. That could be a big game changer too. So they're going to be talking, see how that goes. What's crazy? Out of all the stocks that we're looking at going up, the Dow's not even up that much. Even the S&P, we're basically hovering right around this 41,000. We're only up about 70 points.
I want to close this trade on Pony out. It's small size, but just I know the second I close it out, it'll pop up without me, right? Like when you go against your first instincts.
I
Lyft
tell
did
you,
make a little higher low there. I could try and test that 16 maybe.
I have to admit, Josh, I took a pretty big hit when the market crashed, and I think it's just almost about back to where I was. I mean, I was doing great. I mean, all the money I made from November to December, I was up like 50, 60%
Yeah, I
on
remember
my
saying that.
account, which is like unheard of on a swing trade. And I gave it, basically, they lost it all within a month. Well, not all of it, but a majority of probably 80% of it. Now I just made it all back. I know we were trying to catch a falling knife, you know, um, on a swing trade, not on a day trade, and kind of worked out a little bit. I know a lot of people here probably went through here in the trading room. Everyone did it.
Yeah, I mean, like you say often, the profit's never yours until you hit the close button, and you have a game plan and you have a thought of what might happen. And if it doesn't work out, it's good to at least realize that at some point sooner than later. But when that tariff news hit, right,
Yeah.
that shook the market a bit. So it was tougher to get out where you wanted to when the whole market was crashing from at least January into February.
Well, we made a lot of money in Palantir. I mean, in November it was like the $60 thing ran to like 120. I mean, and then it went to 80, which I just kept averaging up. But then it was at the middle of what was it, January? I mean, the thing just dropped from like 125 down to 80, like that, and it was like bouncing around, bouncing around. I know it happens in day trading too, but it really sucks. Sometimes you work so hard, you make all that money and all that time, and then all of a sudden, I always say, whatever goes up comes down twice as fast.
Tesla wants to keep moving up later on today, there's a chance that Rivian could eventually follow like better later on. It's up 2%. I'm just kind of thinking of it here in the back of my head. It was a nice run yesterday, actually. I forgot about that Rivian. That was a decent little move.
All right, so listen, I got to step out. I have a meeting to go to, but Josh, if you take over from here,
Definitely.
and I know I have a lot of calls for some of you trial members that are in here. I look forward to talking to you all. I got one that's coming up right now, but I'm pretty much done. I made my money for the day. So, Josh, if you could just you take over, and we'll see you. I'll see you guys back in a little bit.
Sounds good. No problem at all, Fausto. Yeah, we'll wrap up in just about 10 or so minutes, folks. Pony is finally starting to make a push. Let's see if it can break an HOD here soon. Yeah, so Pony's got resistance right around 19 bucks. Then from there, 20. Focus on those whole number levels at least. Oh, and then look what happened. It just came back down. So it failed to even break the high there. Got close, but no cigar. So that's not good. Needed to make that cleaner push. You don't want to have any like funny business, no crazy shakes or unexpected moves heading into reversal time because if you're not thinking it could reverse and it makes that sudden shake, you're probably too late and it's probably going to look to shake down sooner than you think. So hopeful for that to try and pop better there, but if it's not going to, then best to move on. Say the same thing with NVVE coming up, Rich, just because if you turn back over to that one, it's trying to make a push for the new highs. There we go. That looks a lot better. That's the type of pop that you want to see. That's the type of pop that you wanted Pony to have just before. If it's not going to make a big move shortly after, folks, probably going to make a big move shortly after, if you know what I mean. Just the opposite way, the other direction. So that's where I say be careful on Pony now, but there's a halt. NVVE, perfectly timed. All right. There we go. So if you had the chance to jump in, at least if you were watching it before I pointed it out, or jumped in right away after off of 250, 260-ish, obviously it's a nice catch. See what happens in about 5 or so minutes when this reopens up. That's all. Now, really otherwise, though, again, you just don't want to get caught in a trap at this stage in the day. So Fausto's Tesla coming back down, which was expected because he said it was going up a little too fast. He was like, he wants it to slow down a bit. So this is part of it. Now, at this point, it needs to at least keep around these prices, right? Just kind of hang here for the next couple hours. I want it to, I mean, hey, if it goes up to like 325, I'm sure he's not going to be complaining too much. That's like a first world trading problem right there when a stock is moving up too much on your swing position, but you do know it's going to pull back. You know it's going to shake back down into next week or the week after harder. So that's where it's tough to get back in on Bitcoin because I told you from May into June, those are holding months for Bitcoin. You're talking about that from pretty much mid to end of April. We're talking about that in our workshop just on Monday earlier this week. But with that said, it's tough to get out on Bitcoin and then just jump back in at a good price. Maybe you jump back in and it slams down a few thousand points, if not more, then goes back up. So if you're trading Bitcoin, it's a lot tougher. If you're trading Tesla, it's a lot tougher at this stage because it's already moved up a lot. All right, so let's see. Just keep moving here. That Lyft stock is still pushing up. That's been retaining higher lows at least, maybe double bottom, you can call that. But zoom in on that graph there, Rich, just the 1 minute chart. Yeah, it was a double bottom, which is the line in the sand pretty much, but holding support pretty nicely still in this trade from 1553. That's my price. Had the first trade on it earlier, went break even, was hawking it throughout the morning and just obviously called out the next break over 1550 and been doing good since. So, that's all we could ask for at this stage. I would have been okay with getting out if it were to break a little lower at like 1559 or so, but it's still holding. And I think that you have a new order on the bid showing up, Rich. New order on the buy side showing up right now. Bitcoin shaking down. Speaking of that, pulling back a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it's just like we had said. It's right around this time in the morning where you tend to see reversals happen. Stocks lose their momentum from the original direction in the morning. Let's see what happens on Lyft here. We're going to finish up in about a few minutes here, folks. If you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, first and foremost, have a great weekend coming up, right? We're heading into the summer pretty much soon here. And if it's nice out where you are, do something good for yourself, do something outdoors, do something that you like doing, right? We've been staring at this bright ass computer screen long enough throughout this week, right? So that's where I say have a great weekend. But otherwise, just join us inside our live trading room first, actually. Should have had that up first. You can join us on YouTube. That's our YouTube channel right there at cybertradingu, just right popping up below on the bottom left. Just, as always, be a friend, tell a friend, hit the follow or subscribe button down below so you're caught up to speed with all of our live streams that we conduct each and every week. But otherwise, if you want us to join us inside our live trading room, you can go right down to the link scrolling on the bottom there in blue, ctu.co/trial. That's the link to our live trading room. Join us for a week-long membership, for $9. That's where you see all of our students and members there right now. Genevieve, Wendy, got Bill, Lynn, and Randy, Kathleen, Carrie, Adel, just kind of shouting out some names there. But, we got about like 180 of us right now inside our live trading room. So, why not join us? Oh yeah, absolutely, Genevieve. Absolutely. We have afternoon commentary later on today at 2:30 Eastern. Take a small break coming up here at least. Normally late morning, early afternoon, things are like kind of flat and dead. So, we're here in the chat all day, making comments, and we're always scanning. Myself, Rich, Fausto, of course, and everyone else here, at least students as well. But our next broadcast will be later today at 3 o'clock. I just mentioned this because there's a few of us that may not be here at that point. You might be starting your weekend early. So I'm saying have a great weekend. And on top of that, I got my T's crossed, Wendy. No worries there, of course, right? I got my mother a nice tablet and laptop case keyboard kind of combo. She's in need of a laptop, like a personal use laptop. So that came last night. And with that said, to all of the fine ladies and mothers out there, like, happy Mother's Day, of course, coming up this Sunday. Thank you for all that you do for us sons, us daughters, everyone else as well. So you're the real superheroes in life, that we say, right? Now we got 4 more minutes. Just want to get that out the way, at least early if you're on social media, though. Now, hey, let's see what's out there. You got one more pop on NVVE. That's coming off the halt. Oh, Pony just popped. Shit, I didn't have my order to buy out there. Again, I took my trade out right at 1870 break even, but it popped right now. Yeah, good move on Pony. I was too busy flapping my gums. Rightfully so, though. Mother's Day coming up, right? Rightfully so. I don't mind missing a move for shouting out the mothers. If anything, Lyft is doing pretty nicely for us as well. Brian, yeah, Brian. Well, if you're a hockey fan, you got NHL playoffs going on, right? So Brian saying, "Go Oilers Saturday." I'll root them on, maybe. I'm not a big hockey guy, so I got no dog in the fight, no horse in the race there. I'll tell you what, pretty good move though on this Pony. If it could flip 19 now into support, maybe this is a head fake perhaps, but if it could at least flip 19 into support, there's room to try and still jump in on this and look for the next leg up to 20 on the Pony. Ah, Genevieve, that's nice. I appreciate that, and welcome aboard because you're relatively new still, and you're still kind of getting your feet wet with our schedule and what we do. So great to have you on board. And with that said, for all of our members here, if you're inside our live trading room, at least keep in mind just Monday next week when we come back, we have our live workshop Traders Talk. So we are right back at it. The education definitely does not stop; it never really ends here. So aside from what we teach here in our trading room, we have our main curriculum, from A to Z. The phase 1, 2, 3 stock course. We'll be conducting those in, I think, 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. All right. I don't like to drive fear into your minds and fear monger, but this is where we say all the time, with these stocks that make these big moves, they're going to lose their momentum. They're going to die. They're going to tank. Just take a look, Rich, on ZKIN from yesterday. We obviously weren't as focused on that after the open. We said, why not put it on our list? But this is dead in the water right now, right? It's been breaking lower lows. Look at the ASST trade. How is that doing? Dead in the water, right? Once it failed to hold over 790, our level from yesterday. See ya. SYTA from this morning, right? That's only going to go lower. This is as low float as my platform says it is, then this could end up back at $1 by the afternoon. Who knows? So, I don't want to drive fear into your head there about, some of these trades like NVVE will turn back to. But for as much up as that is already, it's up 153%. You got to imagine there's going to be sell-off. There's going to be profit taking, especially heading into the weekend, Mother's Day weekend, right? Brian saying, SPY falling hard. Did someone tweet something? Well, I tell you, it's pretty much right around reversal time. SPY was making higher lows up until maybe 10:10 in the morning. And then at that point, it's possible someone tweeted something, right? Got too many talking heads out there in this market and no one larger of a head than Jim Cramer. So who knows what happened with him? Let's find out. I'm going to jump off in just about a minute here, folks. Again, if you're on social media, just follow us on YouTube at cybertradingu, or otherwise join us inside our live trading room. Let's see, a bunch of different talks, like all sorts of different things happening right now. Obviously, there's things going on with like India and Pakistan, but let alone that, there's conversations with the U.S. and China going on in Switzerland, I believe. Today, the American side, quote unquote, clearly committed to accelerate the process on tariff talks. That wouldn't necessarily spike the market down, I don't think. China firmly opposes U.S. abuse of reciprocal tariffs. That might lead to a drop off. That headline. China firmly opposes the U.S. abuse of reciprocal tariffs. So that headline could have dropped the market a little bit, Brian. I'll post that here as we finish up. All right. Again, folks, we're going to jump off the mic right now. I got a private chat, a couple of our students just from the morning and from yesterday in the afternoon. So stay tuned. I'll be working with you throughout the day, but I got to jump onto a couple of different one-on-one, coaching sessions coming up with students. So if there's anything that I jump into with students here coming up, I'll certainly let you know. Farzad, Fred, Brian, Laureen, Bill, Leda, all of us here otherwise inside our live trading room. And otherwise, we'll be back at 2:30 p.m. for our next broadcast, both inside our live trading room as well as on social media. We'll do our afternoon meeting later on today. But if you're dipping out early, hey, enjoy the weekend. And once more, again, I got to make sure I triple say, make sure at least everyone hears Happy Mother's Day once more to all of the mothers out there. I mean, all the ladies in general, but, the mothers specifically, right, that have taken the time, the hours and effort to, raise us all throughout the world. So, hope you enjoy the weekend. Hope you enjoy the day. And we'll see everyone, at least if not later on this afternoon, and back on Monday. Take care.